Oh, hi there. I'm Jarod Neece, Senior Film Programmer at South by Southwest, and you just watched Selfie here on Prime Video Presents the South by Southwest 2020 Film Festival Collection. And I am here with the filmmakers of Selfie, Thomas Bidegain, Julien Sibony, and Elsa Zylberstein. Thanks for being here, guys. All the way from Paris, France, not Paris, Texas, which here in the States, it's kind of famous as a movie too. So that's fun. Okay.
It's the
Well,
German
cool.
director.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for exactly. Thanks for being here. How's it going? How's life in Paris going right now?
Wow. It's pretty much as it is in New York, I guess, everywhere
Yeah,
else in the world.
we're
That's
all in our homes all across the world, right? Just
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
yeah. Elsa,
I
thank
guess
you
it's
for
kind of special, but we have to get the best and take the best out of it, and maybe good things would come out of that.
I think so. It's it was surreal and now it's just
Yeah,
who knows what it is right now. But um
Just what it is now. Yeah, exactly. But it's exactly the thing about it's like it's really like selfie. It was surreal at one point, and then it became life, and
yeah.
really what this is about.
Yeah, you'd almost say, selfie is some dystopian view of the world where, but it's not that different than what we're experiencing right now. Who came up with the idea of the film?
Him.
I did.
Down.
I did. It all started with a gut feeling that I was really unsure if this digital age was for the best or the worst, and I was becoming myself some kind of a comic character, hesitating between both. Is it good what's happening, or is it terrible?
Mhm.
And so I decided to take this feeling and to make a comedy out of it, about us four bastards in this new digital age without a map for this digital age, because that's basically what the movie is about: is those characters who don't really have the proper map to get around the digital age and get lost on social media or
Mhm.
lost with algorithm. And it's not that dystopian because it's about us people having known the world before and getting a bit, like stuck in the middle between the world without the real world without the digital media, and the world that was called virtual but is now very real, that is all the online world,
Right.
basically.
And that's what is interesting with this idea is that it was to make a movie about the digital world, and not about teenagers,
Hmm.
about
Hmm.
people from our generation, people who were born without it and that had to adapt. And that adaptation, it's the important thing, and it's really what the movie is about, is how do you live a life that it seems to be normal, but with in the digital age, and you have to adapt to new tools. And what is it to love in that age, what it is what is self-esteem in
Hmm.
that age, what is what it is to be a teacher in
Yeah.
that age. It's yeah, it's interesting. It's for our generation. It's pretty interesting.
And it's true, the as a older people. No, we're not too old, but you know it didn't come with a manual. There's no, we don't get the training wheels version. And Elsa,
yeah,
in your part of the film, it's almost just like, you're just thrown onto this, like, you don't even get the little bike, with the training wheels. You're just on a motorcycle that's going 100 miles an
exactly.
hour, and
Yeah,
it's
she's not raised with all this, and she's just discovering the whole thing, and she's like freaking out, and she tries to suddenly reinvent her life. And but still, it was very beautifully written. The way this character, she's this teacher, kind of old school teacher. She's dreaming a life. She's always been attracted by literature. She loves writers. She loves characters. She's not in a real life in a way already in her readings.
Mhm.
So it's just a transmission between her, the way she was living a life with herself, being by herself, reading, being close to Zola, Victor Hugo, whatever the character was. And then now she has to reinvent who she was. And then she's jumping in a new life and suddenly dreaming and inventing this new love life with this guy that she doesn't respect at the beginning because he's old. He represents everything she dislikes. suddenly she's just falling in love with him, and that's this funny situations, the way she dreams the whole thing.
And what is your how's your social media game? Are you on all the stuff or
I was not. I was more like a Bettina style,
okay?
and the more it goes, the more I'm very in, Instagram now.
Yeah.
But I'm protecting myself. But during this time, I must say, it's wonderful to have Instagram for me. As an actress, I'm like doing things every day. It's a way
Mhm.
of communication, which is fantastic. But otherwise, it's just helpful when a film is coming out. I'm using it when the film is coming out. Otherwise, I'm trying to protect a little
Mhm.
bit my life.
Mhm.
Otherwise. But actress is not being a professional going to fashion shows and talking about my own life, so it's different.
Right.
But I'm using it lightly.
And how about you guys? Are you big social media users?
Yeah, I spent the last few weeks reading Twitter. Feels like it's the only thing I've read for the past
Welcome
week.
to the Thunderdome.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, yeah, that the actual situation, made me kind of change my way of thinking about that because it's really becoming also a way of to inform yourself and to communicate with others, and it's useful. But it's true that it's really about information and communication, and it's difficult to it's the moment you start using it for other purposes, to meet people, to become friends, to the moment you have sentiments with it, it becomes problematic. I
Hmm.
think.
I mean, how do you feel about the fact that with if this this current situation we're in, if this happened 20 years ago, do you think it's better or worse that we have social media right now?
Wow. Such a big question. It's both. It's definitely both. It's probably no. I'm pretty sure it's better for
Hmm.
this particular scenario. I'm sure it's better. We might even be saved by the geolocation. The fact that we can know who is contagious thanks to big data.
Hmm.
So and so many people are lonely. Then this time, like the Zoom, for instance, it's
Yes.
amazing that we can talk about the movie,
Right.
that people can see the movie thanks to this new digital age.
Hmm.
For sure, technology brings many good things, good new things. The
Hmm.
movie, of course, focuses on the more acid and dry and problematic take of social media, but it also brings very good things.
Hmm. And
Yeah, and I think nowadays it's very helpful to have the way of communication, as Julien was saying. Otherwise, people might be even lost, or it's easy even to talk to friends or to call the doctor or whatever. It's and to communicate.
yeah, as
And
far as
what
the
would have happened?
go
And
ahead.
what would have happened to South by Southwest? You know,
Yeah,
this way we could have a 2020 edition of South by Southwest. Also.
we're trying here, but it's yeah, it's been interesting times for sure. I guess getting back to the movie real quick. What was the impetus to make the movie in the way you did with the different directors and everyone taking their own piece? A lot of times we find that anthologies like that maybe have more disconnected, but you've seemed to find ways to maybe connect all these stories in a way that are a little bit different than other anthologies.
Yeah, well, the idea was to not to be professorial about the subject. So we wanted short tales that were not lessons, and one big feature film would have been maybe a bit too serious. So the anthology form felt appropriate for the comedy style we wanted, and the take on social media, which is also something sharp and with a lot of rhythm. So it would have been dangerous to have
Hmm.
a movie with a different timing, different style. And then it was great having wrote the movie with four other writers in a series way as a room
Hmm.
to bring five directors to the feast and have each have their own style on this theme. So it's five comedies, but they have little different twists. Some is more like Italian style. Some is more real dry humor. Some have more like even slapstick take. Some is more rom-com. That has been brought by the directors as well.
Yeah. I directed the first segment, the Perez family, the one that is intertwined with all the other stories, keep them coming, and that is family who just film their life and try to find a purpose. And what attracted to me is the fact that it was a bit like those Italian comedies from the 60s or the 70s when it starts like a real comedy and it's really funny, and then little by little, it starts, it changes, and at the end of the movie, you're like, well, was it a comedy? And I really like that tone. The fact that things that are very dramatic can be seen with a different point of view. And that's really reminded me of that, of the comedy, of the Italian comedy. There's something very dramatic and something very moving to that, and you feel the desperation of the characters, and but at the same time, it's really funny. But you really see you're not at ease with that.
And I love that. And the tone is a little bit like, have you seen the Les Nouveaux Sauvages? I don't
No,
know.
Los Lobos Salvajes. It's an Argentinian movie from 7 years ago or something. Who's the director?
Wild Tales.
Oh, Wild Tales, yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. I think the film was so wonderful, cruel, sweet, but funny, but crazy. As Thomas was saying, I love when it's dark and funny. That's my favorite. When it's really on the edge of becoming, you can laugh, cry, like Italian comedy as well.
Yeah, a little cathartic watching it. Yeah, and then
the movie is fierce, but the movie is fierce, but yet I have, as a writer, I have empathy for all of the characters because they're lost.
Yeah.
All of them. They're not that. Of course they have dark and cruel sides, but most of them, they're totally just lost in this world. And it's good to experience both feelings, right?
As a writer and director, how do you ride that line of like the edge from dark humor to like horror, or like where's that line lie between slapstick comedy and dark humor, and then just kind of pushing that a little bit?
Julien, you wanna? Well, I think it works. It comes a lot from the actors. That's what I believe. It comes from the work with the actors, because you still need to get the empathy for them, and that's really working with them. And you don't want to look at them from above. You really want to be right in the middle with them, and that's what it was great with the writing of the movie, is that you were really thrown with those guys, and you don't really judge them. That's really the important thing. And as a writer too, I like that, when you don't judge the character, you just show and you inform, and you present the situations, and they're gonna do crazy things, but they still have to be likable. And I think they are. They're just lost.
Yeah, and that's beautiful, because they have humanity in a way. That's exactly what makes us. That's what I love, and that's what is funny for me. It's not being funny, is just about humanity and despair sometimes, and funnier for me than something else. And that's why I love Woody Allen, because they're desperate sometimes.
Indeed.
And that's really what you have with your character.
Exactly. She's kind of lost, and she wants love, but she's this loneliness becomes funny, and the way she dreams her life becomes funny. But it's not. I never played. I was with her. I've never tried to be funny. Never.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But as a writer producer, it was really one of the lesson of this movie for me, is how much comedy belongs to comedians at the end of the day. You can write something sharp and witty and smart, but it's also all about delivering and being true to the character. So what happens on stage or on the set is really what's decisive eventually at the end of the day.
Well, cool. That was great. I want to thank the cast and crew of Selfie for being here, and thanks again for watching Prime Video Presents the South by Southwest 2020 Film Festival Collection. Check out all the South by Southwest social media channels for more ways to engage with these films, including Selfie. Thanks so much for taking part.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Julien and
bye.
Elsa. Bye bye.
Take care.
Tout le monde, Thomas. Très vite,
Ok.
j'espère.
Très vite, moi aussi.
Hein, très vite.
N'embrasse
Hein.
pas.